arrived in Vinland, unaware of the hunters awaiting. Leif's heart pounded as Vinland revealed its secrets. Every warrior braced for the unknown dangers ahead. The crew moved as one, hearts pounding with anticipation. The hunters watched silently, unseen and eternal. They waited, patient, watching every move of the intruders. Something stirred in the shadows, ready to strike. The land itself seemed alive, hiding its deadly guardians. Every shadow could hide death. A single shot could decide their fate. Every step drew them closer to unseen dangers. Their grip tightened, hearts pounding with fear. The forest seemed alive, each sound echoing danger. Every shadow could conceal death. The hunters struck without warning, swift and deadly. Death brushed past them in an instant. Every defense was a fight for survival. Their aim was true, hearts cold and patient. The battle erupted, a storm of steel and fear. Chaos consumed the forest, life and death intertwined. They would not fall without a fight. Forward, show no fear. Steel met flesh in a violent dance. They struck back with deadly precision. The forest became a battlefield of life and death. Each clash echoed with fury and fear. Survival demanded every ounce of skill. Predators patient, calculating every strike. The forest roared with the fury of battle. Every swing could mean life or death. The hunters struck from every shadow. Every strike was sudden, brutal, precise. Death hovered in every breath of wind. Every shadow threatened their lives. The forest became a storm of steel and fury. Every strike carried desperation and resolve. Survival demanded every movement to be precise. The hunters were relentless, merciless in every strike. The forest roared with the fury of life and death. Every swing could be their last. They would not yield. Strength and strategy guided them. Every glance spoke volumes, no words needed. Caution guided each step through deadly terrain. Defense became their only weapon against death. The hunters vanished as quickly as they appeared. Victory was temporary. Danger lingered in every shadow. Strength and unity were the only way forward. The unknown lay ahead, waiting patiently. The battle ended, but the scars remained. Survivors endured, but the forest watched silently. Night fell upon Vinland, silent yet threatening. Every shadow could hide enemies or death. The land itself whispered warnings. The unknown waited patiently in the dark. The hunters struck from every shadow. Every strike was sudden, brutal, precise. Death hovered in every breath of wind. Every shadow threatened their lives. The forest became a storm of fury and fear. Every swing could mean life or death. They would not yield. Every breath fueled their fight. Forward, strike with every ounce of strength. Each step carried the weight of survival. The hunters resisted fiercely. Every strike counted. The forest echoed with fury, steel, and blood. Every clash could decide life or death. Every second was a gamble with death. They were deadly, patient, and merciless. The forest became a storm of death and survival. Every strike could be the last. They would not yield. Every breath fueled their fight. Forward, strike with every ounce of strength. Each step carried the weight of survival. The hunters resisted fiercely. Every strike counted. The forest echoed with fury, steel, and blood. Every clash could decide life or death. Every second was a gamble with death. They were deadly, patient, and merciless. The forest became a storm of death and survival. Every strike could be the last. Two leaders faced destiny, eyes burning with fury. Every movement could decide the fate of all. The world seemed to hold its breath. Steel and courage were his only allies. Each strike carried life or death. All eyes bore witness to this ultimate duel. He would not bow, only victory or death awaited. Every dodge was a gamble, every strike a story. The duel raged as the battle for Vinland continued. Victory was his, but the forest remembered all. In 218 BC, Hannibal undertook one of history's most audacious military feats, leading his army across the Pyrenees. Despite treacherous conditions, Hannibal's discipline and leadership kept his army cohesive and focused. His unexpected route through the Alps completely blindsided Roman expectations. Arriving in Italy, Hannibal's army, though smaller, was disciplined and ready for battle. Rome was caught off guard, unprepared for Hannibal's daring incursion. At Ticinus, Hannibal's cavalry defeated the Romans, wounding consul Publius Cornelius Scipio. The shocking defeat sent waves of panic through Rome's leadership. At the Trebia, Hannibal lured the Romans into a deadly trap, using hidden forces for a coordinated attack. The Roman army suffered devastating losses, a crushing defeat demonstrating Hannibal's tactical brilliance. Rome's legendary legions were shown vulnerable against Hannibal's genius. At Lake Trasimene, Hannibal ambushed consul Flaminius, trapping the Romans between lake and hills. Another catastrophic defeat for Rome, leaving the Republic reeling. Hannibal's brilliance was not just in tactics, but in his unwavering composure under pressure. Despite losses, Hannibal's army remained cohesive, disciplined, and ready for further battles. Rome was in turmoil, the Republic shaken by the repeated defeats of its legions. His tactical genius shone as he coordinated complex maneuvers, anticipating Roman responses. Hannibal's use of elephants became iconic, terrifying foes and symbols of his daring campaigns. Rome's traditional military might proved insufficient against Hannibal's brilliance and audacity. Each early victory strengthened his army's cohesion and morale, making them an unstoppable force. These early victories sent shockwaves through the Republic, proving Hannibal as a master of strategy and an existential threat to Rome. The survivors rebuilt, weary but unbroken. Every knot held the promise of survival. Every step a reminder of battles survived. He planned their next moves, eyes ever watchful. Night fell, carrying whispers of ghosts and memories. Memories of battle lingered in every heart. Every soul prepared for what the dawn would bring. Every shadow could hide death. Vigilance was eternal. Steel ready, eyes ever watchful. The night watched silently, carrying whispers of Vinland. Morning came, but danger lingered in every shadow. Every movement mattered, every sound could be a threat. The land watched them as they watched it. The hunters prepared silently, unseen and lethal. Every trap was a promise of deadly precision. Patience was their ally, silence their weapon. Every step could be a trap, every shadow a threat. Danger was everywhere, unseen yet deadly. They moved carefully, knowing survival was fragile. Every move was calculated, every breath could be the last. The forest erupted into chaos, every strike echoing death. Every defense was life or death. The hunters struck with silent precision. Leif led with courage, breaking the enemy line. Every heartbeat pounded with the fury of battle. The battle raged with relentless ferocity. The hunters struck from shadows, relentless and deadly. Every strike was precise, every movement deadly. The forest became a maelstrom of blood, snow, and fury. Every strike carried the weight of survival. The Vikings pressed forward, refusing to yield. Every shield tested, every life hanging in balance. Leif led the charge, fearless amidst death. Even hunters feared the Viking fury. Even the fiercest faced the might of Vinland's warriors. The forest fell silent, carrying the weight of carnage. Survivors measured their cost, hearts heavy with memory. Care for each other became the measure of their courage. Every action was a fight against death itself. The battle was over, but Vinland demanded more. They planned their next moves, voices heavy with caution. Every decision carried the weight of survival. United they stood, ready to face what Vinland hid. The forest whispered secrets of danger unseen. Every shadow could conceal an enemy. The hunters lay in wait, silent and deadly. Every arrow could change the fate of Vikings. The forest erupted in deadly chaos once more. Every defense meant survival or death. The forest was alive with death and fury. They struck back with ferocity, refusing to yield. Every strike carried the weight of survival. Even the fiercest hunters feared the Vikings' might. Respect for their enemy tempered even the fiercest hearts. The forest held its breath after the fury of battle. Loss and victory intertwined in cold silence. They tended wounds as carefully as they fought. Every action was a battle against death itself. The battle was over, but Vinland demanded more. They would face Vinland's secrets, whatever they were. They ventured deeper, aware that danger could strike at any moment. Every shadow could hide a deadly threat. The hunters waited, patient and unseen. Every arrow aimed to strike without mercy. The forest erupted into deadly chaos again. Every defense was a fight against death. They struck back with unstoppable force. Each strike carved a path to survival.
Even the deadliest feared the Viking onslaught. Respect and fear mingled in every glance.
They had survived, but Vinland still whispered danger. Leif knew the true test had only begun. Every step revealed Vinland's secrets and its perils. Every shadow could hide the next threat. Every shadow could hide the next threat. Night fell, bringing silence and uneasy rest. He pondered the cost of survival in this unknown land. A new day brought hope and the promise of challenges ahead. He was ready for whatever Vinland held next. They had conquered fear, yet the land's secrets remained. Vinland had been faced, and they would endure.